Okay, so we continue with noun clauses. Now, the topic of noun clauses is actually very big, and we are going to discuss a very small part of this topic. Okay, so what we're going to see today about noun clauses is when we can use noun clauses to express an opinion. So as you can see, noun clauses with that. When we do this, well, we have a sentence, a subject, a verb, or a mental activity, like the ones we're going to use for opinions. I think, I agree, I believe, I feel, I suppose. Then we're going to use the word that. Now, as you can see, that is in parentheses. That means it is optional. Okay? If I want to use that, it's okay. If I don't want to use it, that is okay as well. Okay? Then we have the noun clause. Okay? And as we said, we need to have a subject, a verb, and a complement. Okay? It is important that after you use the word that, or after the verb of the mental activity, you need to write a subject for the noun clause. This is a very common mistake when you don't do it. Let's look at some examples. I think that the teacher uses Pancho too much. Okay, so think is a verb, the one that I'm going to use to express my opinion, and that is in parentheses. So all of this is my noun clause. Okay, so look, I use a subject again, and I use a verb. Okay, the rest are complements. So I think, I believe that the teacher uses Pancho too much. I think the teacher uses Pancho too much. Okay, it is the same thing to use that or not. So you can see that this is a more difficult type of sentence. This is called a complex sentence. And when we use sentences like this, well, that means that we are more advanced in our grammar. Now, look at the second one. She doubts, okay, that the vaccine will be ready next week. Okay, so subject, verb. Then we have the vaccine will be ready next week. This is the noun clause. Okay, as you can see, they come after those verbs. And look, this is the subject of the clause, not the subject of the sentence. This is the subject of the clause, and this is the verb of the clause. Okay, she is the subject of the sentence. I is the subject of the sentence, but the teacher is the subject of the clause. The vaccine is the subject of the clause. Okay. Our third example is Pancha heard that the Matrix 4 will be good. Okay. So this is the verb, and this is the subject of the clause. This is the verb of the clause. This is the noun clause. Okay. So these are noun clauses. You use them a lot actually when we give an opinion. Okay. Now these are the verbs that you can use to give opinions. You have more in Grammar Booster. Okay, there are more there. Okay, agree, think, believe, feel, suppose, doubt, guess, hear, think, understand, hope, forget, remember, know. As you can see, these are mental activities. Okay, and we use them to express what we think. Now, we can have other uses with that. Okay, and in this case, we can use them after some adjectives. Okay, so happy, disappointed, sad, sorry, short, surprised. I can use clauses also using that after these adjectives. Look, I am happy. Happy is my adjective. And this is a clause. Okay? Subject and verb. That is also optional. Okay? That is optional. They were disappointed that the book was short. Okay? Again, disappointed is my adjective. And here we have the clause. Okay? That is optional. Subject and verb. They are sure that they have done great. Okay? Sure is the adjective, and this is a clause. Subject and verb. Have done is the verb. Well, so now we know how to use clauses after verbs or mental activities and after adjectives. So we continue.